Hey, welcome back to A-Aron Reacts, and we are back for Angelina Jordan, but it is not just another reaction video, guys. I get the feeling this is going to be one of those eternal ones, and I'll tell you why in just a moment, but I promise you stick around and really pay attention because I think A-Aron's about to be knocked off his socks. And so we're doing Lovin' You. And this is originally from Minnie Riperton back in 1974, produced by Stevie Wonder. And not a lot of performances with this, and not a lot of people have actually performed it. And it's not one that, I feel like isn't that well known. And I don't know it that well now. There is an Elvis Lovin' You without, with the G, that is, I'm guessing, different song. I don't think that this is it because it's written without the G. But we shall see. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm assuming it's the former, though. And that's not the type of song, knowing, not well, but knowing the Minnie Riperton version, that I would expect this to be one of those dynamite explosion versions. But I know it is. And here's why. Because going back from my very early reaction days, I got so many comments, and even recently, I'm going to read some of the comments I've gotten. I hope this time Lovin' You comes up. If you haven't already, can you react to her singing Lovin' You? It's at an outdoor concert, and there has not been very many reactions to it, and I don't know why, because it's really, really good, and she's 11 years old there, I believe. Another one. Angelina did a series of concerts in Norway in 2017 with this band that were epic. Among many highlights was a performance of Lovin' You that truly stands out. Another one. Please react Lovin' You. She killed it. Another one. Lovin' You está el mismo más a nivel aún. So that's from a Feeling Good video where they're saying that it's at least at that level or higher. And I think it's the same person. Tienes que escuchar y reaccionar Lovin' You si esto te impresionó, right? So that will impress you. React to Lovin' You. You have to listen and react to that. And then this one on Feeling Good was from Suma Engineer. You said this was an atomic bomb and went on. And then there's a reply to that one that said, at Suma Engineer, Lovin' You is the real bomb. Right? Then there's another one. Please check Lovin' You from Angelina. It's also another color from her. So, and these go back. And so the obvious question to ask is, why in the heck haven't I reacted to this yet? And I'll tell you why. Because I've been taking most of, unless I myself try to create some precedents, which I'm doing here with this video, by the way, because of all that activity. But generally speaking, I take my precedents and ordering and sequencing from my members in the a-aronreacts.com/angels community. So go sign up there because that's where I get most of my requests from that I follow from paying members. And that's not to say that your requests don't matter, but that is the priority, right? So consider joining that if that's something that interests you and you want to influence me further. But without further ado, I just know this is going to be an epic one. So let's get right to it. Very different feel. This is the type of feel that you can rock it. Yeah. Very blues feel. It's not really a blues chord changes. You can make it work. I love this band. They're so much fun. And on that note, I talked a lot, and especially the Christmas concert in El Rey about this and the caliber of musicians and stuff. It's not always about the best caliber musicians, even though I did harp on that a lot. Something like this, well, this is at an earlier age, so it is a different time, that's for sure. But, having fun matters too, and these guys know how to have fun. They know how to have fun. Shaky camera. Big shout out to Boris Polinovsky for this. And by the way, I just said shaky camera and then I mentioned the name, so it may almost come as an insult. Like, it's not easy doing this stuff, right? Like, I know personally from having been at the Glendale concert, I want to watch the concert. And sometimes I found myself literally like, oh, I'm recording and so forth. So, just keep that in mind with any of these things. That's not an easy feat because you also want to enjoy it. Funky. Okay, guys, I just want to say, this is why, this funkiness, this groove, this is why in college I started a funk band. Because I just love playing this type of funky groove and stuff. And that's why you see me get the visceral reaction when she does this type of stuff. Oh boy, this is gonna be hot. This is gonna be hot. Ooh, the balance is way off for the Barry. He needs a mic. He needs to go into mic. And he's turning it like a blues. Bass player? Okay, that's the introduction. Alright, let's get it!
Skal ikke si så mye. Vi er veldig glad for å være her på Proysenfestivalen. Det er så mange folk. Nå nyter jeg liksom litt at dere har kommet for å se oss, men det er trolig noen andre dere også vil se. Så da sier jeg bare, ta vel imot Angelina Jolie!
Sassy. We see her stank face. Oh, that switch. Go, Bone. Oh, man, listen to that growl from the Bone player. I want to take this all the way back because she just switched to this nasty, funky, and then just this sweet transition. 100% taking that back at least one, if not 2 or 3 times. I mean, come on. Come on! Here we go! So there's a term there, that is used in the music world, and I actually also found it in the dance world, right? When you see all of them kind of soloing on top of each other here, right? There's just kind of going on. Now there's a lot of different terms, but one of them that I love the most is like they're throwing down, right? They're all throwing down, right? Like I'll go out dancing, and although I wish I did regularly now. I mean, I met my wife on the dance floor, salsa dancing and so forth, and we don't go that often. But anyway, every now and then, once or twice a night, I want to go throw down. I want to go out and perform with somebody really good, or not perform, but dance, right? Like, and just throw down, let it loose, actually be able to do some stuff, just lay it out there, right? Right now, they're all throwing down. They're all throwing down at the same time as the group. Love it. Now, I'm sure that she would approach this differently now, is they're all throwing down and she's kind of reserved because she just exploded. If she were to sustain that and continue to just go crazy here, it would have an even more powerful, more dramatic effect to have sustained it through that, right? With the backing band also soloing on top of it and laying out those licks, right? But she's freaking 11. Like, you can't possibly expect that from her, right? Like, and it's certainly not a criticism, but, just imagine that impact had she done it. And you know what? I mean, vocal chops, she got a full concert as well. She needed a rest, right? Fantastic. I was already thinking in my head, if she had one more explosion, we might have to call this a supernova, but I don't know what makes sense here. I mean, it's definitely some kind of mass explosion, and I don't want to sit there and try to compare, this versus It's a Man's World or Feeling Good or, I Put a Spell on You or some of these other ones that have gotten just massive visceral reactions from me. But it's definitely up there. It's definitely one of those iconic performances. And you know what's really neat about this one is that it was only a few small segments where she just completely erupted and just put it into overshift, right? I was really, recently watching, Too Fast, Too Furious with my kids for their first time. It's an old, movie, and of course there's many of them. I think this was the original, right? And, it's almost like they're racing, they're getting to the finish line, and they hit that nitro button, right? Like to kick into the nitrous to that extra gear, right? Like she's using that extra gear for that little bit, and it's not even that long, but it's that just move you into another dimension performance right? Like at that moment, like I cannot imagine being at that concert. I mean, I've already reacted to several performances from that concert are just incredible. Like this has to be like, if I could just think in terms of scenes of, sets and what's at the concerts, and what I've reacted to, only what I've reacted to thus far, that's got to be one of my favorite concerts for sure. And, I think as I continue my cataloging journey of Angelina, I think I'll probably try to wrap those in and look at them at more of a concert level perspective and maybe summarize them and look at the different, the set lists and so forth. I don't think I'm quite there yet as a whole, but oh my gosh, if you were there, please let me know what kind of eruption occurred. Was that a volcanic eruption or what was it, Because I haven't used a volcanic eruption, so maybe that's the one that meets its finds its way to the surface with this one. But either way, that was definitely cataclysmic. I was gonna say meltdown, but I don't know. In any case, it was fantastic, and it feels nothing like the original. It's not even the same chord progression. Right? The chord progression is a repeating in there. Here they're repeating, but they've simplified it. Right? I think it just literally goes 4, 3, 2, 1 progression there. And here they're mostly focused on 1 and 5 with some 2, 5, 7 stuff, which if you have no idea what that means, that's fine. It's a different chord progression. They've changed it. They've simplified it. And so it feels different. The whole song feels different. I mean, the whole vibe, everything feels different. And I love it. You know what? My guess, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but my guess is there's probably performances of this or variations of it that maybe more closely resemble this arrangement that I'm just personally not familiar with. But at least from the original one, it's very different. So, please feel free to, fill me in and forgive my ignorance in that case. But look, thank you much. And again, if you want to influence me and see what's upcoming and, get early access, look, this one you've been waiting forever for. The Angels members on my site will see this probably a couple weeks in advance before you do. So that's potentially, I mean, again, I know it's not for everybody, but potentially a reason to consider joining. But if you want to join us, it's over at a-aronreacts.com/angels. Either way, I appreciate you. Please go ahead and like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks.